Live? All right. Welcome to the West Bath Planning Board meeting, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. I'm Gabriel Whitney.
Jared Mitchell.
Chris Cunningham.
Madeline Tennessee.
All right, so we've established a quorum. Any amendments to the agenda? I don't believe so. So our first applicant this evening is Gregory and Joanne Kelsey. Hello. Can you come on up here? Sorry.
No, it's not. Joan's going to give a whole presentation. She doesn't want to talk long, so. Thank you, and this, I don't know who says this, I'm going to take it. Okay. We've got more paperwork, I don't know what to do with it, but. Well, thank you for considering our proposal tonight. My name is Greg Kelsey, this is my wife Joanne. We live at 3 Bells Way in Sabino. And we're hoping to do, in addition to the house, within the 30% allotment, because of the fact that we're within 75 feet of the water. You know, the purpose is really to provide additional living space, a little bit more functionality, and give it a little bit more of a cottage look. If you saw the pictures in there, it's we're going to do some things in the design, I think, that'll have a little bit more of a cottagey, seacoast kind of look that we're going for this, you know, in the area. And we worked with a designer, the T.J. Sylvester. Don't know if you've worked with her before, but she's seen her work, but noteworthy design. So she did the design with us, and we tried to do everything in the design to kind of stick with the neighborhood. And I don't know how much information you need from me. I was just going to give you kind of a high level of what we're trying to do. I did reach out to a couple of neighbors and heard back from one, and he was pretty positive about what we're doing, so that was good. That was Nicholas LaRocca, and the other owner has tenants, and they know about the addition, but I wasn't able to reach the other on the other side of the property.
Okay. So these are all.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's, yeah, they're pretty big. But basically, if you, don't know if we're going to start with a survey or.
Sure. So when this house, the house in there now that was built, that they didn't use up the 30%?
As far as I know, yes.
John?
No record of it, Jerry. They had written permission from the previous code officer to do an addition. I researched the property, the file, and this is it. They get it,
Wow.
that's it.
That's fine.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can, so the existing, it's a funny footprint because they put the garage directly behind it. You probably know that neighborhood. And so the addition would come off the mudroom and kitchen, and then we have a limitation where it would expand, and then bring this out here. It's 1 story. There would be a small deck on there as well. So that's the basic design with the footprint. And I had the surveyor do an update of the property and measure the lines to see, and we were absolutely within 75 feet.
Yeah. That's like all the way around.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, those are a little bit better. You should stand over here.
This looks existing.
Yep, that's existing.
That's that, right?
Yep.
That's the view from the water side.
Okay.
And I think you guys are more concerned with the external than the internal, I assume. It's all there, so. And then the design must be on the next roll. That's from wait, is that?
This must be different.
Well, that's the
This-
other one.
That's the
Yeah,
other,
this is the other one.
I was like, oh gosh, I don't remember it having a coloration on it. It might be the next, at least I recognize it. Yes, so currently, that's the view. And so instead of, there was a small deck there, you would walk into the mudroom here, straight ahead. And this is the addition piece that comes out. The kitchen comes out, I think it's like 9 feet, and then the rest comes out about 18 feet. And so just a one-story addition, so that's really the bulk of it.
Full basement on that, or?
The current house?
No, with the
No,
addition.
we're gonna go, I think there's a limitation of under 6 feet, so it
Yeah.
doesn't count towards the square footage, and that's what
Okay.
that's the plan.
So the septic system, that's already been upgraded?
That's a new, unfortunately, but we did do, the septic system was built for more bedrooms in case we did do add a bedroom, so that's.
3 bedrooms?
Yeah, it's 2 currently, and would be a 3rd bedroom, and the system was built to handle that. It's one of those 3, the 3 pipes sticking out of the ground, and you could almost drink the water after it goes through the third stage.
Don't do that.
No, thank you.
So I think we gotta look at the application, it's under volume. They had a typo or something, we need to figure out what it should be, because under volume, they've got existing 31,206 square feet. And that's wrong. The lot size isn't even 31,000 square feet, so. The floor area existing is correct and proposed. On the last page of these plans, there's a bunch of dimensions on here.
For the existing thing?
Yeah, these ones here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
And I apologize, and I tried to see if I get the designer to jump on a call and didn't hear back from her, so in terms of how she did the calculations, so I apologize for that.
What's a different sheet that he's looking at? You're looking at those little charts there?
Yeah.
Um,
but that's where the 31,206, that's why you put that here. But I think that that's,
I'm gonna grab those on. definitely took it from that.
Yeah.
I apologize. So you're doing a calculation for me?
And your house, the current house now has a full basement?
Yes.
This one's the other one.
Who did the calculus?
Mhm.
Who did the calculations for you?
TJ Sylvester,
Our design.
she's our designer.
She's on here.
So, do you, having done this many times, but I've never done this, what do you see is where she might have made an error?
So, I don't know how to calculate cubic feet. I'm actually Googling it right now. I'm not, it's not something that we ask for. So, that's what this calculation is.
Okay, so she did cubic feet versus the application.
Versus square feet, like, for the,
So, no, we do ask for
Well-
volume and
Right.
area, so we do ask for.
we do ask for volume.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's cubic
Okay.
feet and square footage.
Yeah.
So it could be correct?
It could be
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
It could be, okay.
Yeah. Usually like if it's somebody reputable, we won't even check the calcs, to be honest with you, unless Darlene's.
I mean, I spoke with that woman on the phone and she was the most confident architect I've ever talked
Yeah.
to. So I'd be shockingly surprised if
Yeah.
it was wrong.
We usually don't check the calcs, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Darlene would.
What's the square
Darlene.
footage of the house?
19, well, including garages, porches, decks, it's 1937 square feet.
And how many stories is it?
It's 1.75. It's a cape with a
Yeah,
full
that for
dormer.
1,000 could be correct.
Okay. All right, well, if we don't normally check the.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, there we go.
The only question, is there anything recorded in the registry of deeds, do you know, right now, for like any previous expansions that you're aware of?
No, I pulled, you have a copy of what's in the register of deeds.
Because like this used to be, you know, John, right, like it used to be a 20 by 20.
I really don't, Jerry. You know, we don't have, you know, I said I didn't have anything that showed otherwise, and it's January 1st, 1989. That's the cutoff. So, you know, we have multiple other structures that are modern looking in this town that were built before January 1st, 1989, that have allowable expansions.
Yeah.
So,
I can't remember what year Malloy's came. Maybe it was after that. But there's nothing recorded, there's nothing recorded.
yeah, I don't, I mean, if somebody can prove otherwise,
Right.
then I'm, you know, I have nothing, I have no argument for that. But when they purchased the property, they emailed with the previous code officer and asked if it was a possibility, and he emailed back and said it wasn't an issue. And then they came to me with that information, and I looked into it and didn't find anything.
There's no notation on the deed.
I agree. It looks a little, you know,
The previous owner before Malloy's was a guy named Upham, and he had a great big boat shed, almost the size of the camp down the water. And he got in this dispute with the town, and he went and torched it one day when I was a little kid. It was a huge fire. You remember that one? He was mad about something, and he torched it. It was a beautiful boat shed. It was like nicer than the house.
Oh, wow.
And it was right down on the water right there. It was huge fire.
Your boathouse just by your face, right?
Did you grow up in Sabina?
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty fun, it's a pretty cool neighborhood.
I mean, just doing rough calcs, I think it could be the 31,000. And then without doing the mudroom for this area, I got like a 29. I'm just using round numbers.
Yep.
How long ago did you get it?
The house?
Yeah.
We bought it in, just before COVID in 2019,
Oh,
so luckily. And then we moved here full time, 3 years in July.
Oh, nice.
3 years, yeah,
Where?
so. Connecticut,
Okay.
and our kids are both up here, grandkids, so we've got 5 grandchildren here, and so it's nice.
All in West Bath?
Topsom, no, Topsom
Oh,
and
okay.
Falmouth, so.
Yeah. Not everyone can do so lucky.
Yeah, and I thank God we bought, I just want to thank God that we bought before COVID, because
Yeah.
the housing's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially.
The secret got out about West Bath.
So John, it would have been, it was an 89, right, you're saying?
January 1, 1989.
So the Malloys didn't buy it until 97. My only thing is like there's no, so like this was definitely done, this house that's here now was definitely built after 89. And somehow it didn't get recorded properly. So I don't know, I just don't know if it opens the town up for a bunch of lawsuits because it definitely is more than the 30% from when Upton owned it to when Malloy did all the work. They tore it down and built the new one. So it's definitely over, it's already over the 30% before you even showed up. So I don't know.
I heard there was, you probably know the history better than me, but I was told by a neighbor that there was actually there's 5 properties and there's 3 cottages in between the 2 structures that are there today. And that was incorporated into the property, and I don't know if that formulate, I don't know what the formulation was back then.
I think McNary bought half and Malloy bought half and they tore it down.
And then the 3 cottages in between them, is that accurate? Does that sound about right?
I think there was at least one in between McNary and,
And that's what they used to build us there.
I don't know.
There's just land there now, or it's just.
Yeah, there's just,
Yeah, well, I mean, like if they took that volume to put it towards the house.
yeah, I don't know.
We looked it up and nothing's recorded. I don't know what this action would be.
Has there been any research done in the registry about that stuff? Do you normally do that?
No,
No,
no.
it's we don't have town records.
Yeah.
I don't know. So now, I just feel like now we're doing 30% on top of the 60% we've already done, the original one.
Do we have records, do we have records of the original home though?
Yeah, there must be tax records, right? There must be a tax card.
That's what he said, he couldn't find any records of
But
the,
there must be a tax card, right?
okay,
It would have had square footage.
if we have that.
Well, I mean, we could look into that, but still go through everything otherwise, go through their checklist. I mean, if that's something that we want to look further into.
It must be like on the, you know, sort of often sold in 1994. So it'd just be interesting to see if we had like the 93 tax card, what it showed. And then,
Okay.
I looked at, the tax cards that were in the vault room from, I think it was I don't know, I think those ones are, I think they're the early 90s. And it showed the same, when I first started talking, this has been years I've been talking with them at this point, and I talked about it with Ron when Ron was here, and we looked at it together. There's obviously, I take it pretty seriously, like, it's my responsibility to look into that stuff. And like I said, unless somebody can prove otherwise, then you prove me wrong, I've got nothing to say. But from my point of view, I didn't find anything that didn't allow it. And I'm sure that's why Ellis probably also wrote them back and said that he would allow it, so.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I guess, let's go.
And Jerry, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just telling you what I.
My biggest fear is somebody disputes it, right? And then you're building, if somebody doesn't want it down there, right, they'll go after your building permit. And they'll go after the whole thing. It's, you know what I mean, like, and that's the one they ask you.
I think as a courtesy, I'll send it to we're not obstructing any views or anything like
Yeah.
that, so where we are, but I can, as a courtesy, send it to McNary, John, and just send him the plan, just to make sure he's comfortable, so. And Ross and Nick on the other side are fine, so.
Okay.
I think if
Yeah,
if we can't, if we don't have documentation, then we have to go on the evidence that we have.
I'm good. Go through the checklist, Gabe.
yeah. Number one is the plan must be on 24 by 36 in size and at scale required. That's good. Have a block with names and owners. Yeah. Scale everything. Yeah. I want one of your source deed references, that's what you're just looking at.
Yep.
Boundaries and designations of zone distinct districts and overlays. We got that one. This one and the big one. Lot dimensions, property lines and area. That one. Names of abutting property owners with tax assessment.
That's on
That's this one, yeah.
McNary and Rose and Nick.
This is,
Oh, that's
oh, this is Rosin there.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's Rose and Nick, and that's an estate that was our property.
Oh, this is just an unbuilt piece of land?
It can't never be built, it's got no value because there's water there, so it's just a piece of property, yeah. Look, when you look at this is McNary's, this is his house, that's his septic. And then here, water, residual water comes through, and the tide comes up here, so
Oh,
it's no man's land, basically.
okay. So you've talked to them and,
I've contacted him, didn't hear back, and I think I'll speak to him, yeah.
okay. And that went well?
Yeah, he was positive.
Okay.
It's a pretty friendly neighborhood, I think, unless there's some history that, except for burning down boathouses. I think not.
Location of right of ways, public, private, including roads and traveled ways. Location of high tide, marked rivers, streams and brooks. Stream high tide.
It's changed since 2012.
It was actually updated, the same surveyor came out and updated that, so
Oh, nice.
that's accurate.
It's
Was it, did it change at all?
Yeah, it did, it did.
It's not- I reviewed
Okay, yeah, it just rained so much, right?
a lot of melting ice.
The good news about Sabino, I think that study was done by the town, I think it's in, I forgot what the horizon was, but it's only 2 feet there, so, so that was good. So
Yeah.
I felt pretty secure about that, so.
It's up pretty high.
Yeah, it sure is. Location and outline of all existing buildings. Looks good. Existing proposed setback dimensions and structures, non-conforming, but, yeah. I'm guessing this is the septic back here.
Make sure I'm looking correct. Yes,
Yeah.
so the
Oh, right there.
Here's
That's
the-
tank.
tank is here,
In
we
the
call
garage.
it curb. We put plants around it, and then the leaching field's here next to the driveway.
Okay. All right, now applicable areas to be cleared for tree growth,
There's no trees there.
areas to be cut or fill or graded or other earth moving.
No, it's no issue there.
Erosion control, is that just,
That's, you know, when they dig out, it'll be under 6 feet basement, so they're gonna have, they're there for a little while until they manicure into the property.
oh, I gotcha, okay. Location of wetland, no wetlands, flood hazard,
Include the flood, the map is in that packet.
what was that?
Here's a copy of the map.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Location side, no sewer system, water supply, culverts, and drainage. So you're saying this erosion control is just for construction?
Yeah, like it'll be hay bales or something, just to
Okay.
prevent any erosion.
Kimball Pond, Winnigan's Pond watershed boundary is applicable, no. Phosphorus control, no. All right. Application provided. Verification of right title and interest in property, good, letter of agent authorization, you guys are here, location description of map. Or map, yeah, sorry. Photos of building to be expanded, show all sides, check. Complete site lot plan, 25, we got that, erosion control and sediment. Building plans of existing structure that include building outline and dimensions along with building elevations that include basement. Good to go. Building plans of proposed structure, housing expansion, good to go. Copy of deed and all covenants or restrictions, expansion sketches to support the percentage worksheet calculations. Those are both there. Type of adequacy. Type in adequacy of water supply for expansion, adequacy of sewage. That was that.
Yeah, because that would change whatever that.
That's what was right, configuration. Yeah. Good. What was that?
Driveway, I think? You did 13, the sewage.
13, thank you. Driveway, not applicable, and have to do with the recording of these. So it seems good.
So you do have to have the affidavit eventually, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You just do that after, right, John?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Okay.
And that's what will be record moving forward, right?
Yeah, that's on that list, but of course, it's always at the end.
Yeah.
It's the last thing that we do.
I just gotta find my sheet. Danny, do you have any problem to go ahead with accepting the application?
Looks good to me.
I propose.
I'll make a motion to, accept as presented.
Second. Great, all in favor?
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, a big party when it's done. so
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Great.
Or a boat parade, maybe, we'll have a boat parade. Did you see that last year in the paper? They had a boat parade, recreating one from 1903. And we had a little boat parade down there, it was a blast, so we figured to try it again. So, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Have
have
fun.
a good evening. Appreciate your time.
You want any of these extra prints? Do you want any?
You doing approval?
You know what, I would love,
There I got one.
Okay.
I would love a set because then the builder can
I brought
actually.
you some.
Save money, save money, you'll need it.
Yeah, of course. Not in this one. Not in the top one. That one's clean. This one was far away.
Break down there?
Yeah.
You did.
No, good.
Some of it was second.
Looks good.
Yeah, come back to
Your
me.
dad was living, right? Is he still
Um,
living there?
I have given a copy of them. Get filled out and drop them off. Yeah. You know,
So what do I fill out? I'm sorry, is it-
I'll get it. I'll print them down and I get this one.
So nothing else for me?
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna get you a copy of this.
Oh,
Just give me a second.
Jeff, my copy had the receipt, copy of the receipt.
Oh,
We
yep.
use that, brings that.
Not necessary for us unless you want that.
You might want that, just in case somebody
oh, it
wants.
must have fallen out of my papers.
No,
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 I
it's attached
attached
to the application, so that's yours.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, that was for the application thing. Yeah, this is. I'm just gonna move all this. Yeah.
You know this guy, Brady? Brady? Yeah. That's the next design. His dad. Al? Is that Al? Yeah. Just finishing up the paperwork for that approval.
Yeah.
Well, before I sign it, I'm gonna take a look.
Yep, looks good. Dave.
Yeah. All right. Can you make a copy of this? Can I read? Well, I'll talk to you.
presenting or just attending?
Presenting.
This is gonna be fun. This is fun. Fun one.
Business.
What business?
Name orders. Work on, I was sort of in orders.
Oh, how cool, we used to have somebody years ago.
You got all the parts and put
He
it
would
together.
collect,
I did one for my ground up.
Maybe just
that's cool.
just a
New business.
new business application, so
And then existing
spot.
location.
Cool. All right, when he comes back, they'll have a copy for you guys and for us, and then we should be good. Next is new business, Jonathan Billings.
Yes.
Come on down.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for coming.
Took a long time to find this spot.
Yeah,
I didn't wanna be past the rotary and then wanna be past the lights. Close.
yeah,
2 years. Then it took 6 months to work out the structure, but to negotiate lights.
so you live right around here? Oh, nice. You just want to give us a rundown of what you're proposing here?
Yeah, so basically new business, I restore land rovers and do some marine maintenance. I have a bunch of people in Pittsburgh that have West Pointers and some whalers, and so I do that. But my main business, and it's sort of, I'm semi-retired, so it's sort of a hobby. It's not gonna be 7 days a week, it's not gonna be, I have restrictions on my days because occupational health is upstairs. So like, you know, I'm not making, not gonna, like, their business is open till 3 or 4, so I won't even be making noise during the day. Well, more of an afternoon person anyway, so I built a couple full restorations a year, you know, two if I'm lucky. You know, they'll take 9 months to a year to do from every nut and bolt from the ground up. And then I do a lot of discoveries, because discoveries are sort of a thing that are coming, people can afford them. So I'll do those. And I owned Granite State Performance in New Hampshire from 94 to 08. And I just did off-road trucks, that's all I did.
Yeah, I've heard of
So,
that.
I'm downsizing to just do basically Land Rovers.
Huh.
It's a little niche and it needs to be filled.
Yeah,
I also machine parts, you know, I make some small parts, so with everything going on in the world right now, it'd be good for, I have a distributor that I got parts from in New York that said, if you make stuff, we'll send it, we'll sell it. So probably a little bit of light manufacturing, I made a disc brake conversion into some other little silly things which I can just box and laser cut out brackets, so that's the gist of it.
all right.
So it's right below Mr. Dahl, well,
Yeah,
Mr. Dahl.
where's the dog was, yep. Yeah, Jonathan came by yesterday and checked it out, we went through fire extinguishers and fire apparatus.
So who owns the building right now?
So it's State LLC, the fellow's name is Matt, but his business name is on there, it's State Ford LLC. It lives in New York, but he was originally, I believe, from Farmington, but he owns land, and he has different LLCs for everything.
Gotcha. And did he fill out a letter for you?
I have my lease for you.
Okay.
Which Jonathan has, he printed.
Okay.
He actually called me 20 minutes up, 5 minutes late, taking too many, I'm trying to. You guys need to know what I want to be there.
So where are you gonna be working on your cars?
What's that?
Where are you gonna be working on your cars?
In
In the space, you gonna put an overhead door in or something?
It's already in.
Oh, it is there. That was a regular man door.
So Dave used to have a door in there, I guess years ago. Dave's out back, he was the old owner, and he's quite nice fellow. But I guess it was a door on the right-hand side, but then they did some offices upstairs, so it was sort of a jam. I don't got any cut door in, which is fine, I can get anything in with 8, but
Okay.
yeah, so we got that in on the right-hand side. Yeah, hopefully we filled out all this stuff. You guys want to do it.
Looks good.
Thank you. I think it's missing, just asking.
I looked at the zoning and they're both permitted uses.
Yeah, that would be the only thing really that could,
John said right away, I had him ask before I didn't sign the lease, because I didn't want to,
Yeah.
I was gonna get a 2 or 3 year contract, if I couldn't. He said, we looked at that map and a couple other things, and he said it seemed like it. And I do apologize, I think the only thing I messed up, I used printed for you for everything, and I had them do copies for you guys, I do blow ups, cause I gave you the whole property map, which I don't know, you know, for what I'm doing, I don't think we need that, but I did some drawings
I've
to
got one here.
where my space is. And I think that I don't think I gave you the right amount for the checklist, or I get them very time wrong or something. So I apologize, I didn't even want to say that. I think the big ones are supposed to be like 4 of these big ones, and maybe they want 3 of those. And that was just supplied to me, that's, I guess, what the property is. Now it's in front. There are a few more from the building, so this here, and then I have a little drawing here.
Yeah.
That's this building. And then, you know, Dave lives, I think, Dave's over here. Is this the CrossFit? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's CrossFit, yeah. So Dave was over here anyways. And then he's got something over there. And the only thing that wasn't, I didn't really know, and I just asked them, so the water is town water, so it must come in, it goes into the center of the building there. And then there's your septic. And then, I don't know if it matters with what I'm doing, if you need any of that, I'm not changing anything, so. Flush it. So that's basically my draw. So this is the whole thing,
Gotcha.
and then this is just me right here.
I'm trying to picture.
So this is, you know where Jordy's is now, where the red trucks all park?
It's right after Lab, after the marsh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
okay.
see it, Dave, you see the big metal boat Dave built, I think. up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that property.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah. All right. I haven't really checked it out. I don't know about you. And you went through this with him, John?
Yeah, yep, been there, walked it through.
Looks good.
Yep. It's a very nice, really nice facility.
Sweet. All right.
I don't think we have a checklist for this
I don't
one.
know if I have one for,
My form from the fire department is up there.
Yep.
and that's good.
I included it. Yeah, he's got one heat sensitive approved me, and that's it, and we'll follow, him and I are gonna follow up on that.
Did you get did you print the lease out as well?
Yeah, that's there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like, as far as the planning board, I don't have one of those application approvals for new business. I only have the,
Right, you just, somebody makes a
so
motion.
we just leave it at that.
Right, we don't have a specific new business,
Great.
application with specific checklist,
Okay, super.
so.
That's great.
just-
All right. I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second?
All in favor?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
We love our auto repair in West Bath.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. Well, congratulations.
thank you, I appreciate it. Stop by anytime.
You don't work on Land Cruisers at all, do you?
That's where it started back in the,
Really?
so it's one right side, yeah.
All right, super.
Well, FJ or?
The 1000, or 100, sorry, 100 series.
That's fine, but
All right, super.
in the afternoons, I never realized. After work, yeah. I'll be there working until,
Yeah.
10, so,
Evenings.
when I'm there, so.
Cool.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, nice to meet you all.
Thanks for coming.
Jonathan, thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck in your business.
Let him do this approval, and then
Oh,
I'll
okay.
get a copy of it for you.
And I'm gonna bring him a check tomorrow, I forgot my wallet at home.
That works.
Yeah.
So we just do it, so we do have to do an
Yeah,
approval.
there's an approval form for every person that you approve.
Oh, okay, that's what I was asking.
That's what we were
It was
just
a
talking
different one for.
No, no, it's
Okay.
it's
Can you just
just,
do it on this one?
some of them have a checklist, some of them have just approvals, but I copied you off some more in case you need them.
Sweet, thank you. All right.
I'll come see you in the afternoon tomorrow.
Okay.
I remember I was texting.
Yeah, you can
See if we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow's pretty eventful, so yeah, just text me and we'll figure it out.
And then rain on Thursday.
Again,
Yeah.
how'd your, beautiful comment?
sort of screwed us. It was a 3 pump, which is very thick. And in the end, he's like, well, I can get it all out, so he put some water in and changed the texture of it. I wasn't really happy with that, but, oh yeah, it's perfect. Get any side pictures of this? Yeah, it looks good.
It looks amazing.
It really does. Yeah, any side pictures of it, yeah. Oh, it's a Galaxy Flip 6.
Yeah.
It's like an S24 or whatever, but flip. Did you get like a razor back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah.
That's what I remember phones too. I put them in my back pocket. I send them, I break them all the time. So this came out 2 years ago. Wow, so you can kind of get everything through the front, but it's a phone that
I know.
pretty cool.
I've never seen one.
Very neat.
There's some good kids on it.
Yeah. Very good. When did the towns, West Bath, become independent with Bath? How did that, when?
1844.
44, okay, cool.
Yep, looks good. Over sidewalks. West
What?
Bath, it was over sidewalks. West Bath didn't want to pay for sidewalks in Bath.
Really?
Well, they weren't gonna give them to us. Why should
So
we pay for them?
just split it, yeah.
So I'm starting to think maybe I should make West Bath.
Wow.
That's funny.
You think about it, it's not really impossible, right? It's been done several times. You know?
What's that?
West out.
Oh.
That's bad. I'm just jealous because you guys have trash pickup.
We gotta
We
pay
don't have
we
any-
gotta pay for that. pay for
Yeah, we don't
that.
have anything.
Oh, wait, come on,
Pittsburgh.
you like going to the dump?
I don't mind going to the dump that much, but.
Everything's free in Pittsburgh though, right?
Yeah.
The dump?
Well, it's the taxes, yeah, which the tax rate is great, it's $11 a thousand.
We gotta pay for, we either have to bring our trash and pay for it or pay for
Oh,
a
that's
service.
Right, yeah,
Do you have an
almost
option?
it's because it's Casellas or something, right? They rent the land from the town or something?
Yeah.
So you don't have the upkeep fees of the equipment or the staff, but,
That's true.
but you pay for
Okay.
it.
What we do have is, any of the public roads have recycled, that's part of the lease.
What's the mill rate in this town?
Well, last year it was 10.6.
That's good.
Don't know what it's gonna be this year.
Yeah, yeah, we actually jumped too, I think we were 10.35 last year, it went to 11 and change. I don't know why, but thank you all for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you later.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Good job. And price of asphalt on it.
Public information and comment. Something that was brought up to me was the digitizing of public records, like all this stuff that is brought in. And we have all the papers that go in and upstairs, and it was part of what I think they're trying to do up there.
Like, was that the request from the select board asking that the applicants submit their copies as usual, but also electronically?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So that's something to
I was approached about it, and my response to that, to the administrator, was that just be a request to the board, and if the board agreed to do that, then we can just add it in. I'm not sure if there needs to be a motion made to add that to part of the,
Or is that part of what we would add that on with Max, like all that?
I don't think so. We'd have, I don't think we'd have to do that.
We just add it to the checklist?
Doesn't need to be part of the ordinance.
because you know, the board creates applications and checklists and
So we could just
requirements,
tack
so
it on
there.
you can just tag it on there.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess then if they request it, then we'll do a motion on it and say,
We can just,
We just say we want to
just
add it.
say we wanna add it to the checklist, and
Yeah,
it can be added to the checklist, it doesn't have to, the
Probably a good idea.
applications don't have to be.
So they'll have to submit it digitally.
so from now on, if people
Paper
like in the
copies or
first,
digital.
the first one would have had to, there would have been a second record, not just a mystery.
yeah. Which is, you know, is a good thing moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And even that, you know, there's a lot of things that we do today that prevent those things from happening, but we have a lot of real poor record keeping over the years.
yeah,
I've heard of people going to towns before and like pulling stuff out of the file and throwing it in the trash. So like there's no record, you know, like the people going to towns and do that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, nothing, I mean,
Digitally.
Alright, so I make a motion that we ask the applicant to provide it digitally, the
And
application,
add it to the checklist.
add it to the checklist.
second,
All in favor? All right. Other business, or any other public information or comment? Good. Other business is set up date for ordinance workshop. Has anyone talked to Max, or heard from Max? Have you heard from Max?
And you ever talk to
He
Matt?
was here yesterday, was that yesterday,
Julie
Yesterday.
has spoken with him.
Okay.
I'm not sure to what extent. I haven't had an opportunity to talk to her about it.
when I came in today, she didn't mention any specific dates, just that she had been back in touch with him, and he's ready to go on a workshop. Maybe we can supply a couple of dates.
Yeah. I want to pick a date and see if you can.
Yep.
We meet usually on any day that's mutual, or do we meet on?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past we'd
Tuesdays?
like to try to shoot for Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll accommodate as best we can.
Next week's town meeting. And then, that Monday is Memorial Day.
The 19th is Memorial Day?
Yeah.
No, the 26th, or at least that's what my calendar says, which could be.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
26th.
correct.
The 26th.
Okay,
Right.
so what about the 20th? Does that work for you guys? Or we could shoot for next month?
Well, let's see if we can do the 20th. And
Does that
then
work
if
for
we
you?
can, then, yeah. That would,
Works for me.
All right. So proposed for Max is May 20th. At 6.
yeah.
Kids don't have any sports games that
I
day.
know, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and I'll shoot a message to Jim as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty flexible about Tuesdays.
Will we get an email confirming this appointment?
Yeah.
Will you send
I'm
us an
pretty
email?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I want to put it in as tentative right now.
And then the next meeting after that will be June 10th.
Mhm.
Yep. Everyone good with that?
Yes.
And if there's nothing else, then I move to adjourn.
What about minute, once we approve the minutes?
Oh, yeah. Good call.
This, public notice question, I know we didn't think about that today. I don't know, we need to have public notice for these things, but do we need to check with the select board to change the method of notification?
Julie gave me the ordinance
Oh,
for
okay.
the planning board public hearing. Planning board shall schedule, notification of the public hearing shall be published in a newspaper of general circulation within the town of West Bath. It says there will be 3 publications and, yeah, so that part of the question was to keep it in the paper or not.
Right, right. So that's something we check with Max about, to change that wording of our ordinance. Because once a week is, I mean, that's pretty, makes it pretty far out.
It's becoming a thing of the past.
Yeah, the newspapers,
The thing is obviously we have other ways of notifying people, and that should probably just be changed, but it's one of those, it's law because it's in our ordinance, and that requires a
right,
vote at a town meeting.
right.
So,
So we'll add that to the list of things that we asked Max to
yeah.
fix. I'm going to make a note to myself.
It'd probably be easier just to send an email from the town, huh?
Right.
Or publish it on the town calendar.
Yeah, we have, we have the town website, we have the board in front of the fire station, a digital
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah, that's a really good.
And the clerk does have an email list that she, people can get on it.
Is there still a Facebook page?
And that, I guess, is,
It could be on the Facebook
there's
page.
something going on with that.
There's no access to the Facebook page right now.
Oh.
And, the page is still standing, it's still there, you can still see it. The last post was April 24. Ironically, it was when I picked up a couple of dogs and are still working in the marina and it got shared because we were trying to find new owners. But with all of the changeovers,
Yeah.
we don't actually have any connections, and I believe what Julie said was that, the account that ran the page got shut down because they figured out it wasn't a real person.
Right,
So the standing page for West Bath has to be like just a page, not, like, we would all have like a person Facebook accounts, and this is more like a business separate, just
Yeah.
page.
Okay,
So we need an account to
yeah.
connect to that and go through a lot of steps with Facebook to
Yeah.
So we
prove
got
that
some
we have
stuff.
rights.
Yeah, we got some stuff to discuss with Max,
yeah.
see what would work.
I did send out to the listserv that I'm a part of as far as what other towns do, and a bunch do use Facebook as a methodology of reaching out to their residents, but then they have like their town boards, like the fire sign and stuff like that.
Yeah. And the school also has an extensive mailing list too that
Yeah.
we probably could use as well.
I did have a couple of towns say, oh, we didn't use newspapers anymore,
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
Well,
and it is an expense.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes?
Yeah, just
Second.
all in favor? Yes?
And I apologize, I didn't get that off the agenda.
Nope, it's all good. We're all working together here. With that being said, is there anything else? All right, motion to adjourn,
Sorry.
all in favor? All right.